Hello students, welcome to standard 11th Fatima Convent High School. Welcome to your chemistry class by Sujata Miss. Here is unit 1, some basic concepts of chemistry. Formula mass. Some substances such as sodium chloride do not contain discrete molecules as their constituent units. In such compounds, positive sodium ions and negative chloride ions entities are arranged in a three-dimensional structure. It may be noted that in sodium chloride, one Na plus ion is surrounded by 6 Cl minus ions and vice versa. It means that in some compounds which does not have simple molecules but have ionic compounds, in such compounds, instead of molecular masses, we calculate formula mass. The formula such as NaCl is used to calculate the formula mass instead of molecular mass, as in the solid state sodium chloride does not exist as a single entity. Formula mass is calculated similar to molecular mass. Thus, the formula mass of sodium chloride is atomic mass of sodium plus atomic mass of chlorine, that is equal to 23 plus 35.5. You know the atomic mass of sodium is 23 and atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5 is equal to 58.5 U. Problem 1.2 of your textbook. A compound contains 4.07% hydrogen, 24.27% carbon and 71.65% chlorine. Its molar mass is 98.96 gram. What are its empirical and molecular formulas? You can solve the numerical as given in your textbook, or you can solve this way. I find this method easier. You can form a table and write down element, percentage by mass, atomic mass, moles of element, simplest molar ratio and simplest whole number. Now just concentrate here. Elements are hydrogen, carbon and chlorine given in the question. Their percentage is given as 4.07, 24.27 and 71.65. Now we know their atomic masses: 1.008, 12.01 and 35.453. Now atomic masses will be given in the question. If not, you can take 1, 12 and 35.5 also. The answer obtained will be same. Now moles of the element, what we are doing is we are dividing percentage mass by atomic mass. So here we have 4.07 divided by 1.008, which is equal to 4.04. Then we have 24.27 divided by 12.01, which is equal to 2.021. Chlorine, we have 71.65 divided by 35.453 is equal to 2.021. Now we have to check out which is the smallest value among them. So here 2.021 is the smallest value among these three values. So we'll divide in each case by 2.021. That is 4.04 divided by 2.021, 2.021 divided by 2.021 and again 2.021 divided by 2.021. On dividing we get 1.99, 1 and 1. Now we have to write down the simplest whole number. That is 1.99 will be 2. 1 will be 1 and 1 over here. So we got the ratio of hydrogen as 2, carbon 1 and chlorine 1. So ratio of hydrogen is to carbon is to chlorine is equal to 2 is to 1 is to 1. So you can write down the empirical formula as carbon 1, hydrogen 2 and chlorine 1. So this is known as a empirical formula. The empirical formula is the simplest formula of the compound. Now empirical formula mass, we are calculating the mass of this formula of CH2Cl will be equal to mass of carbon, that is 12.01 plus 2 atoms of hydrogen. So 2 into mass of hydrogen, that is 1.008 plus 35.453 is equal to, on calculating you get 49.48 gram. Now this is known as empirical formula mass, that is the mass of this formula. Now we are finding the integral number n, or you can just say n. N will be equal to molar mass upon empirical formula mass. Now molar mass is given in the question as 98.96. We found the empirical formula mass as 49.48. On dividing we get 2. So here n is equal to 2. Now this n is multiplied by empirical formula to get the molecular formula. So 2 into the empirical formula, we get the molecular formula of the compound as C2H4Cl2. Problem 1.3. Calculate the amount of water in gram produced by combustion of 16 gram of methane. Solution of 1.3. CH4 plus 2O2 gives you CO2 plus 2H2O. This is a balanced equation of the reaction which is occurring. Write down the balanced equation, that is methane reacts with oxygen to give you carbon dioxide and water. Now over here you can see there are 1 moles of methane, 2 moles of oxygen, 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water. Now this is written only for your information, not to write in the answer. You know that moles is equal to mass upon molar mass. So if you have 1 mole, then you will get 1 is equal to mass upon molar mass. So we will have mass of the substance in gram equal to its molar mass. So here 1 mole of methane will be equal to 16 gram. 16 gram is the molar mass of methane. You can calculate it as 12 atomic mass of carbon plus 1 into 4, that is atomic mass of hydrogen, and you will get the total as 16 gram. So over here 1 mole 16 gram of methane gives 2 moles of water. So 1 mole of water we know will be equal to its molar mass, that is 18 gram. You know the molar mass of water. We have to find the value for 2 moles of water in gram. That is our question. Therefore 2 moles of water is equal to 18 into 2, that is 36 gram. Problem 1.4. How many moles of methane gas are required to produce 22 gram carbon dioxide, that is CO2, after combustion? Now solution. According to chemical equation, we write down the equation CH4 plus 2O2 gives you CO2 plus 2H2O. Now you can calculate the gram of carbon dioxide, that is 44 gram. Here you can see 1 mole of carbon dioxide is equal to 44 gram. So question is, we have to find how much will be 22 gram of carbon dioxide as moles. So here we have 1 mole is equal to 44 gram of carbon dioxide. So how many moles is equal to 22 gram of carbon dioxide? That is what we are finding. On cross multiplying, we get moles of carbon dioxide equal to 22 into 1 divided by 44. On calculating, we will get 0.5 moles of carbon dioxide. Now here, for 1 mole of methane, we were getting 1 mole of carbon dioxide. So for 0.5 moles of carbon dioxide, we get 0.5 moles of methane. Hence, 0.5 moles carbon dioxide would be obtained from 0.5 moles methane, or 0.5 moles of methane would be required to produce 22 gram of carbon dioxide. Problem 1.5. 50 kg of N2 and 10 kg of H2 are mixed to produce ammonia. Calculate the amount of ammonia formed. Identify the limiting reagent in the production of ammonia in this situation. Now you know this is Haber's process, that is a production of ammonia from N2 and H2. We have to find two things in this question. Number one, you have to identify the limiting reagent and you have to calculate the amount of ammonia formed. Solution of 1.5. Write down the balanced equation. N2 plus 3H2 gives you 2NH3, that is ammonia. Now for N2 we are given moles. When there is 1 mole, we have the value in grams as 28 grams. Atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. 2 atoms are there. So 2 into 14 will give you 28 gram. Now you have to calculate the moles when there is 50 kg. This 50 kg is given in the question. Convert it into gram by multiplying into 10 raised to 3. So here you have moles of N2, that is nitrogen, equal to 50 into 10 raised to 3 cross multiply into 1 divided by 28. On calculating, you get the value as 17.86 into 10 raised to 2 mole. Now for H2, we have moles and gram. From here we can see 1 mole will be 2.016 gram. That will be equal to its molar mass. So how many moles will be equal to 10 kg? 10 kg is given in the question, which will be equal to 10 into 10 raised to 3 gram. So moles of H2, that is hydrogen, is equal to 10 into 10 raised to 3 into 1 divided by 2.016, which will give us 4.96 into 10 raised to 3 moles. Now according to equation 1, that is this equation, we get the moles of N2 and H2 as, when we have 1 mole of N2, we need 3 moles of H2. So 1 and 3 over here. So when we have 17.86 into 10 raised to 2 moles of N2, we have to find how many moles of H2 are required. So moles of H2 required is equal to, you can cross multiply, 17.86 into 10 raised to 2 into 3 divided by 1. So 17.86 into 10 raised to 2 into 3 gives you 5.36 into 10 raised to 3 mole. So this is the amount of H2 required over here according to the equation. But we have only 4.96 into 10 raised to 3 mole of H2. We calculated over here. So here H2 is a limiting reagent. We got the first part answer of our question. Now let us move on to the second part. For ammonia, H2 in moles and NH3 in moles. For 3 moles of H2, from the equation 3H2 and 1N2 was giving 2NH3. So 3 moles of H2 will give 2 moles of NH3. So if we have 4.96 into 10 raised to 3 moles of H2, how many moles of ammonia will be obtained? So moles of ammonia is equal to 4.96 into 10 raised to 3 into 2 divided by 3. On calculating we get 3.30 into 10 raised to 3 mole. Now this is the answer in moles. We need the value of ammonia in grams. So we are converting this into grams. Now 1 mole is equal to 17 grams. So if you calculate for ammonia, nitrogen is 14, hydrogen is 1. So 1 into 3 is 3. So 14 plus 3 will be 17 gram. So 1 mole is equal to 17 gram. So 3.30 into 10 raised to 3 mole will be how many gram? So amount of ammonia is equal to 3.30 into 10 raised to 3 into 17 upon 1 is equal to 56.1 into 10 raised to 3, that is equal to 56.1 kg. This value is in gram. We have converted it into kg. Now remember that you can solve the sum like this, or you can solve the sum as in the textbook. Only the thing is, answer should be obtained correctly and all the steps should be done. Problem 1.6 of your textbook. A solution is prepared by adding 2 gram of a substance A to 18 gram of water. Calculate the mass percentage of the solution. You know the formula of mass percentage. Now mass percentage of component A is equal to mass of A divided by mass of solution into 100. Now you know when you find a percentage, you multiply by 100, as well as you know when you find percentage of your marks, you write down your marks upon total marks into 100. So here in the same way you can remember that mass of component A, because you have to find the mass percentage of A, divided by total mass, that is the mass of the solution, into 100. So you are getting 2 gram, which is given in the question as mass of A, divided by 2 gram of A plus 18 gram of water. Now over here component A is a solute and water is a solvent. So solute plus solvent will give you the solution. So here you have 2 plus 18 into 100 equal to 2 upon 20 into 100. You can cancel the zeros as well as 2. You will get 10% as the answer. Problem 1.7. Calculate the molarity of NaOH in the solution prepared by dissolving its 4 gram in enough water to form 250 ml of the solution. Now how to solve it? Molarity M is equal to number of moles of solute upon volume of solution in liter. Now you can use this formula if you have moles directly, or you can write one more formula. Molarity is equal to mass of solute in gram upon molar mass of solute into volume of solution in liter. Now this and this formulas are same. We have just written the formula for moles. Moles is equal to mass of solute upon its molar mass. So mass of substance in gram upon its molar mass is equal to moles. So when you are directly given moles, you can write down moles. If moles are not given, then you can use mass of the solute in gram upon its molar mass. Now molar mass can be found. So we can write it like this. Therefore molarity is equal to mass of solute in gram upon molar mass into volume of solution in liter. Now if the volume of solution is given in ml, then you have to convert it into liter by multiplying the numerator by 1000. So here on Substituting this formula over here, we get molarity is equal to mass of solute, that is NaOH, upon molar mass of NaOH divided by 0.250, that is the volume, is equal to 4 upon 40, which will give you 0.1 divided by 0.250. So you get 0.4 molar, that is the unit of molarity. Now here remember for MCQs that molarity of a solution depends upon temperature because volume of solution is temperature dependent. I told you earlier that remember that when you have a volume in the denominator, the quantity which is related to it, that is molarity, will depend on temperature. So it changes with temperature. Problem 1.8. The density of 3 molar solution of NaCl is 1.25 gram per ml. Calculate the molality of the solution. So here we have to calculate molality. Now it is given molarity is equal to 3 mole per liter. So here you can write the unit as molar, 3 molar, or you can write it as 3 mole per liter. Mass of NaCl in 1 liter solution. Now we know molarity is equal to mass of solute upon molar mass into volume of solution in liter. So here if we take 1 liter solution, so here we will have 1 and molar mass of NaCl, which is the solute, will be 58.5. You have already calculated for NaCl as 58.5. If you have not calculated, then you can calculate it as 35.5 for chlorine and 23 for Na. Are the atomic masses. On adding you get 58.5 as the molar mass of NaCl. Now if you take this quantity to left hand side, you will get 3 into 58.5, which will be the mass of the solute, that is NaCl in 1 liter solution. So mass of NaCl will be 175.5 gram. Now mass of 1 liter solution is equal to 1000 into 1.25 is equal to 1250 gram. Now we know density is equal to mass upon volume. So here volume is 1 liter, density is given as 1.25 in the question, and we have to find the mass in gram. So here 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml. So when we take this 1 liter to left hand side, we will get 1000 ml into 1.25. So here we get mass is equal to 1000 into 1.25 is equal to 1250 gram. Mass of water in solution is equal to 1250 gram minus 175.5 gram. Now there is a mistake in the textbook. You can correct it as 1250 minus 175.5 gram. Now here we got 175.5 from here and 1250 from here. So mass of water, that is a solvent, is equal to mass of solution minus mass of solute. We get the mass of solvent, that is water, as equal to 1074.5 gram. Now molality is equal to number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg. Now we know molarity is equal to moles of solute upon volume of solution in liter. Now here we have 1 liter solution and 3 as molarity given in the question. So we will have moles is equal to 3 into 1, that is 3 moles. So we can substitute the value of moles as 3 moles upon the mass of solvent in kg, which is 1074.5 gram, which is equal to 1.0745 kg. It is converted into kg, which is equal to 2.79 molal, small m for the unit of molality. Now, often in chemistry laboratory, a solution of a desired concentration is prepared by diluting a solution of known higher concentration. The solution of higher concentration is also known as stock solution. Now, something to be remembered for MCQs. Molality of a solution does not change with temperature, since mass remains unaffected with temperature. So you can just remember that there is no volume in the denominator, so it does not depend on temperature. That is, molality does not change with temperature. Its value does not change with temperature. So that's end to our lecture. You will do the remaining numericals of the exercise. Thank you and have a nice day.